Tevin Coleman. Now, they let him go. He kind of left quietly in the night. The Jets signed him. Why? But I still kind of feel like we were a little late on this. Like we could have been harder, man. We got rid of him in 2021, but if we had gotten him benched in 2019 and Jeff Wilson Jr. had taken his spot full time, I think the Niners would have a Super Bowl ring right now. So I kind of feel like it's bittersweet. We did our part, but too late.
Yeah, that's sure. I've never understood why we drafted running back with glass type of bones, an injury-prone player who is not great at all, who was great at some point of his career, but it was just 1 or 2 years. I've never liked when we signed him. It was just because of Kyle Shanahan. And best wishes for him, but I don't see that he can just resurrect his career anywhere in the NFL. He's just bad.
J-Bad says, dude should have never been signed in the first place. Yeah. He was okay in Atlanta, but I feel like he was kind of one of these artificial turf creations. He looked faster in Atlanta. He came to the Niners and looked slow to me. They build him as this guy like, hey, home run hitter, man. Once you get him in the open field, they don't catch Tevin Coleman. Like, that's not the guy I saw. What I saw from Tevin Coleman was a guy who kind of tiptoed to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit that hole softer than anyone on the team. He was like up to the line of scrimmage and then would get knocked back and gain 2 yards. That was the Tevin Coleman experience, man.
I think the softest one to hit the hole was Jerick McKinnon, to be honest, because Tevin Coleman at least had some explosiveness.
Yeah.
But McKinnon lost it all. So
yeah,
he wasn't the worst running back we had in the past 2 years, but he was one of them.
He ran for like 50 yards this year.
Yeah.
He's an abomination. I'm sorry, Tevin. Guy got a ton of money and looked slow. He never had any snap with the Niners. What is that? I don't know. Seemed like he was a wasted signing. He never should have played. I still say if the Niners had given his playing time to Jeff Wilson Jr. in 2019, they would have won the Super Bowl. Tevin Coleman's carries were such a waste of time the entire time. He had one good game against Carolina, maybe. Played all right in a couple games. Maybe Minnesota in the playoffs. Who cares? Tevin Coleman wasted money, wasted time. He might have cost the Niners a Super Bowl ring. So I really feel bad. We could have done better here. Not our best effort.
But I wouldn't blame him because we talked about it before that there is no rule which stops you playing gadget plays with Deebo Samuel.
True.
And did in the first half, and he forgot to do in the second. So it wasn't because of Tevin Coleman. He may have a part of it, but
right. It's not our fault they didn't win the Super Bowl. It's Kyle's fault. That's true. I'm not going to take that. That's still on Kyle. Napa says Trent Taylor's going to open a laundromat in 3 years. Ooh. There's money in that. Daniel says Julio Jones just said he's done with the Falcons, laughed at Cowboys trade. Clear signal he wants to be a Niner. What are we giving up to get him? It's a clear signal he wants to be a Niner? What about the Patriots? Wasn't there a report that he wants to go to the Patriots? So not sure that it's a clear signal of that, but the Niners are in the play. I mean,
not sure if we want to give up anything for Julio Jones. Not sure if we have anything to give up for Julio Jones. We have, who can we give up for him? D Ford. Who wants to give anything for D Ford? No one, I think.
I wouldn't give up a pick, but I'd give up a player. I have a player right now. Debo.
Why?
Same position.
Yeah.
He's younger, but he's got injury issues too. Even if he plays well this year, it's a guy I wouldn't necessarily want to give a second contract to. I was thinking about trading him down the line anyway for picks, but Julio's a better player than Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, at the position of wide receiver,
yep.
I agree. But Deebo has way more job in this offense than just being a wide receiver. I think that he is a key player for this offense. He is a key player for Kyle Shanahan's gadget offense. And I think if he can stay healthy next season, he may have a career year next season.
Fair. And he's 10 years younger.
I'm not necessarily saying that he is going to have the most receiving yards, but I truly think that on all-purpose yards, he can be the best in the NFL.
Isaac says, look for Aiyuk during OTA. He visited my work on Saturday. Looks like he worked his butt off in the offseason. I think he looks ready for a massive year 2. Yeah, that's the thing I've seen with Aiyuk. When he came to training camp last year, I was really surprised at his body. I mean, he looked like a vet. Most rookies don't look like NFL players. They're not as strong. They haven't been working out 24/7 like NFL vets have, and they're kids. Aiyuk looked like all he does is work out. And he tore up practices right away. He's a hell of a player. I don't expect him like with Dante Pettis. You watch him play, you're like, man, that's a really good wide receiver for a guy who's never lifted a weight in his life. Never lifted a weight. You saw him with his shirt off. It's like, man, that's what I look like. Nice, Dante. It's amazing how you're doing this. Aiyuk is like Dante Pettis with muscles and courage. So yeah, the thing with Aiyuk, I think, is also people talk about it, but injuries too. He missed 4 games last year, and he had a core muscle surgery injury coming into the league, which is why he ran a 4.5 or whatever. But yeah, dude's gonna be in great shape. Good call, Isaac.